Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on in to a webinar today with a special guest. Many of you might know him from, well, increasing your engagement online to making you the agent in your area. Mr. DJ Carroll, he is the founder and CEO of Carroll Media and a whiz in the marketing space. This recording is going to be made available on the training platform as well. But without any further ado, he's got a lot of content to go through, and we're 3 minutes past. DJ, tell us about the Secret Agent Social Media Blueprint.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, James. Guys, love coming on these CWC webinars. I know we always get a ton of feedback from them. So quick shout outs. I see Bill's in here, Brandon, Donna, Derek, Jamal, Lad, Melissa. If you guys can hear me, just give me a thumbs up or comment in the chat there. I've got the chat pulled up. This is going to be super engaging. We're going to make sure that we can get time at the end to answer any questions that you guys have, but I want to make sure that we have plenty of time to go through. Awesome. Emma says hello. Ben says, yes, we can hear you. Melissa says, we've got you. Emma's in here. Awesome, guys. Well, I'm going to share my screen so that we can get this party started. Let me open this window up here. Bop, bop, bop. And we will be good to go. There we go. Awesome. So I will pop this into slideshow format, and hopefully you guys can see me full screen and then also on the screen. James, everything look good on your end, buddy?
Looks good to me.
Awesome, guys. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys my social media secret agent blueprint. And what we have found is that oftentimes most business owners don't have too many problems in their business, and they don't see the one that is blatantly clear, which is not enough people know who you are. So that's where the secret agent play on words comes from. Being a secret agent is not the cool secret agent. It means that nobody knows who you are, and we're going to fix that for you guys today. What we'll cover is my insane social media blueprint that I've been teaching agents that currently puts me in front of over 2 million sets of eyeballs per year, and how you can ethically steal it in the next 24 hours and implement it, okay? I'm talking about some serious secret agency strategy here, okay? This is how you're going to extract a dozen extra policies from your social media in the next 28 days from scratch. Yes, that means even if you don't have a profile right now, even if you're just getting started, met with a guy yesterday, he had 8 followers. It doesn't matter. This system works for you, whether you have 8 followers, 800 followers, or 8,000 followers. And again, my name's DJ Carroll. A lot of people know me online as Coach Carroll. That's my persona. Humble beginnings with big goals. I started this business bootstrapped like much of you guys do. But I'm a practitioner, not just a pundit. Here's my numbers, 13,000 followers on Facebook, 10,000 followers on Instagram. My YouTube channel reaches about 100,000 people a quarter. Across all the platforms, we reached over 2 million sets of eyeballs. And this is where it all started. I went and met my brother in 2016 at the University of Kentucky campus. I said, hey, he was in school to get his finance degree. And I said, hey, man, I think I've got a business plan here. These agents need help. We've got social media figured out. Let's take it to the masses. And that's what we've done. So again, I'm bootstrapped, much like you guys. Very few people get into the insurance business because, their rich Uncle Tom gave them a loan, or they went to a private equity firm to start it up. A lot of times you guys will exit to PEs, but when you're here building and grinding as an agent, you're a bootstrap entrepreneur just like myself. We also have some really cool AI tools that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Here's the example of one. This is an AI headshot generator. You guys may have played around with these in the past. They're pretty cool. You upload a bunch of pictures and then it spits out some variations. Now, there are things called hallucinations. You see there, I had just a little bit of hair on top of my head. I haven't had hair since I was 24, and I'm 35 now. So, but some of these pictures are pretty cool. And, to the unbeknownst eye, they're not going to know any different. I got the turtleneck look going on there. It looked a little bit like Eminem in that one. So I want to go ahead and give you guys some tools. And so I'm going to share these with you. There is a little bit of cost, but it's not a ton. We don't make any money on this. The multiverse.ai, if you guys are taking notes, is the first one I'm going to tell you about. So this is where you can get your headshots. Oftentimes I hear from agents, they're like, yeah, I got a person coming next week to get headshots. We call them the next week. They're like, yeah, I'm going to get them next week. And so a lot of you all, especially if you're older agents, I know you're holding on to the past. You guys are still rocking those headshots from the 80s or early 90s. It's time to get an update. And if you can't get it lined out with a photographer, Multiverse AI is pretty cool. You also can do different versions. So outdoor, indoor, black and white. We always recommend the studio white because it's easily clipped out on the backdrop and we can use it for different things. But the other cool thing is you can actually use your team. You can get your your team's headshots done as well. So this is going to boost your professional image. You're going to be able to get these for $24. It's super cheap, cheaper than having a headshot photographer to come out. And what I like about this is it's the most bang for your buck that I've found on out there on the internet. So you get 120 AI headshots within like a couple of hours. And again, I want to be very clear. I spoke at the Midwest Agents Forum in front of 200 agents. Somebody came out, they're like, hey, that wasn't a free tool. I'm like, no, I mean, like, I'm giving it to you. I'm not charging you for this information. It's $24. So full transparency. We don't want that to happen again. But it's a cool little tool that you guys can use. So let's talk about the challenges that you guys have as agents. We always say that the top three are number one being traditional marketing is overpriced. Anybody in here that's ever priced out TV ads or radio ads or even big time direct mail knows that traditional advertising is very expensive. You don't know what you don't know. Some of you guys aren't involved with social media or you're not doing the most with social media because you simply just don't know where to start. And then number three is that you don't have time. Let me know in the chat right now, what are some other challenges that you guys are seeing as it pertains to social media and marketing inside your business? Just let me know right now in the chat real quick. Oh, come on. Let's get them fingers typing, guys. Can't measure effectiveness very well, Frank said. Good response. Corporate policy restrictions, George is saying. Okay, good. Corporate policy restrictions, not sure where to start, don't have time. Absolutely. So let's kind of take these today. We're going to kind of break these down one by one. And I actually have a cool little video that I want to share with you guys at the end. I was actually on with Gary Vee not too long ago. And so my team made a cool little clip about agents and some of the feedback we got from Gary. So, but we'll hop into this first, these challenges. The first one being traditional marketing is overpriced. And I couldn't agree more, right? It costs you $500 to send 1,000 postcards. You can show 1,000 ads on Facebook for under $5. And so it's just ridiculously underpriced attention. And that's what we attack. The other thing is with traditional marketing, some of you guys are lead junkies. About this little Tyrone Bigham's in here. I see some agents that are just like, I need leads, man. And they're buying leads and they're kind of like a lead junkie. And the problem with that is that your guys' lapse can rate is really, really high when you're just, scraping the bottom of the barrel and buying leads, turning leads over. What we're talking about today is building a brand where people pay attention so that when they need insurance, you're the person that they think of. So the solution is, we call it Build a Brand RX, right? The antidote here is building a brand on social media. I have a fundamental belief that I want to share with you guys real quick. I truly believe that no one wakes up on a Saturday morning and goes, oh, it's a beautiful day out here. I think I'll go buy some more insurance, right? Nobody wakes up on a Saturday and wants to go buy some more insurance. What happens is they either have a bad claims experience or they get a rate increase, right? Which we all have heard about those in the last couple of years. And so when Geico doesn't pay out their roof claim or an independent agent jacks up their prices, then they go, hey, I'm going to go shop this policy around and see if I can get some better pricing or I can get a better experience. Your job is to build a brand so that if they're in your local market, you're the person they think of, okay? If I asked you right now to think of a theme park, by and large, unless you live next to Kings Island or Six Flags, one that's in your backyard, if I said, hey, think of a theme park, you're probably going to think of Disneyland or Disney World, right? Because they've branded that is the theme park of all theme parks, right? Now, some people are like, no, Universal has better rides. That's okay. They've built their brand and they've attracted you. And that proves my point even further that when you build a brand, people will be attracted to your business. You're no longer having to go out and drag them to you. It is now the attraction that the leads will now flow in. And I will tell you from the agents that we've worked with the past 2 years, we've been working with CWC's clients, the feedback that we get is that the closing rate for social media leads, people that are coming to you based on your brand, is exponentially higher. I talked to a guy last week. He's spending 10 grand a month on leads and he's happy with like a 1% close rate. I'm like, what? Who in the world would be happy with a 1% close rate? But that's the name of the game, right? Like some of you guys have just kind of been brainwashed, so to speak, to believe that that's how you build business. And so I want you guys to understand that on social media, there are three audiences that you can talk to. Everybody always thinks of the prospects, right? How do I get new customers? Those are the people I want to talk to. So you've got the first audience, which is prospects. You got your second audience, which is your current clients. Now, Christina Shaw and a lot of these, Brooke Rollo, and even I know some of these other agents, Brooke and Kevin Span just did a class not too long ago, and they were talking about this, is that there is a way, and it is compliant. We've checked with sales leaders and district managers about this. You can actually take your audience out of your CRM, upload it into Facebook, and target those people with messages. We're actually doing this currently for a couple of agents, and they took all of their policies that have home with no auto. We upload it to Facebook, and now they have a video that says, hey, if you're seeing this video, it's because you got your home insurance with us, but no auto policy, and you could be missing out on discounts. Click the button down below to send us a message, and we can talk about that and get you a quote, right? So there's power in talking to your current clients as well. And then lastly is your referral base. So your referral base could be mortgage brokers, real estate agents, car dealers, right? These are people that would refer business to you. You can go out into social media, and that being Meta or Snapchat or Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, right? And you can engage with these people. So those are the three audiences that are on social media: prospects, current clients, and your referral base. Everything that I teach you today is going to fall under the three goals that Carroll Media and Modern Marketing for Agents, which is our agents marketing brand, there's three goals that we want to achieve for you guys. We want to get you guys more exclusive leads. We want to get you a lower lapse can rate or a churn rate. And we want to increase the lifetime value of your customer, which will then increase your income. By and large, most clients, when we start to work with them, they don't know what the lifetime value of their customer is. They also don't know what their current customer acquisition cost is. And without those two numbers, it's impossible for you. Somebody said up here can't measure effectiveness very well. Frank, without knowing your customer acquisition cost and your lifetime value of your customer, it's impossible for you guys to try to wrap your mind around an ROI. And again, I know I'm going super fast, but we got a lot of stuff to pack in to a little bit of time. So if you guys have questions, please let me know in the chat. I'll try to handle them as we go through, and I'll try to save some time at the end. It all comes down to this. It's attention. If people don't know you, they cannot spend their money with you. And I truly believe that. If people don't know who you are, they can't spend their money. You can have the best rates in the world, but if I don't know who you are, I can't call you and get you to quote my insurance. That's why we believe that the fundamental mistake that agents make is worried about trying to turn leads versus actually building a brand. It's about building sustainable, long-term business practices. I don't think anybody on this call, there's 38 of you guys on here, I don't think any of you plan on going out of business at the end of the year, right? So if the plan is to stay in business for a long time, let's play the game that way. The other thing here is social media is not just a fad. If you guys remember back in the early 2000, like the 99, 2000 .com bubble that happened, everyone's like, oh, the internet's a fad. The internet's a fad. That proved to be completely and wildly untrue. Then back in like 2007, 2008, 2009, social media came on the scene. Everybody's like, oh, social media is a fad. Social media is a fad. Social media is a fad. But it's not, because it's really about communication and not about the single piece of technology. So let me run you through a quick history of communication. Way back in the day, we used to like make cave paintings or like chisel into rock, and the caveman would be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And it's like, I don't know if that's exactly how a caveman sounded, but close to it, right? Follow me here. So we had our cave paintings and our markings, and then along came the newspaper, and we started communicating by written language, not necessarily on cave walls, but on pieces of paper, right? And so as that evolved and technology came about, the radio came on. Everybody's like, holy smokes, you can listen to people now. And people started listening to music. They would listen to the news. They would listen to sporting events. And then the television came along. It was like, whoa, not only can we hear it, but we also can see it, right? And so like in the 50s, that's when television advertising came on the scene and like was huge, because You could put your brand in front of people over and over and over again, tap into their subconscious mind and subliminally market to them, okay? None of that has changed, okay? You still can show ads over and over and over again to create top of mind awareness so that when someone has a need for your product, they think of you. The difference is this thing came along, okay? And so it's not necessarily about social media. And while I'll teach you about the social media blueprint today, what I really want you to understand is that the mobile device is what changed the game. It's not necessarily the social media platform, it's the mobile device. Because on the mobile device, it does three main things: utility, escapism, and social. So let's just talk about the utility piece for a second. Look around your desk right now. If you guys are watching this on a desktop, look around your desk and tell me, what is something that used to be on your desk but is no longer on your desk because you have it in your mobile device? Let me know in the chat. What's something that you guys used to have on your desk that you no longer have on your desk because it's on your mobile device? Let me know. What do you think, George? What do you think, Lee? What do you think, Jennifer? I see Mike's in here. Mia, Shane, Taylor. What do you guys think? So, all right, perfect. Here we go, guys. Physical calendar. Mia says physical calendar. That's right. Jersey says a clock. That's right. James says a Rolodex. Absolutely. It was funny. I was at the Midwest Agents Forum. Everybody's like, Rolodex, Rolodex. I'm like, yeah, you guys are dating yourself. Address book. Absolutely. Lad says Rolodex. Business cards. Absolutely, Richard. Marlene says, I have and love my Rolodex. Handset, traditional, analog phone. Exactly. This thing ate your desk phone. People don't have that landline anymore. I have a high school, Donna says, I have a high school intern here now, and she's like, what's a Rolodex? Exactly, Donna. Hey, and I'm going to show you guys a trick with those high school interns. If you have an intern, they can run your social media for you. You don't have to do this stuff. So these things are crazy, right? Like the utility piece is there. The escapism came along, and escapism was like Candy Crush, mindlessly watching videos, right? Doing research. You could go down the wormhole of like Googling things or Reddit. But here's the real power is social media came along, because for the first time ever, your customers can now talk back. Now, my dad growing up, I mean, he talked back to the TV, but they could never hear him. On this thing, you actually can hear the customer. If you make a post and somebody doesn't like it, they'll message you, right? Which is what's holding a lot of you guys back from making content. You're like, well, what if I put a piece of content out and people don't like it, or they say, hey, you look funny? It's like, we're not in high school anymore, guys. And I also love this quote: you'll never see a dog bark at a parked car. Okay. So if you're moving and grooving, you're making content, you're putting yourself out there, not only are you going to get the haters, you're going to get the criticism, you're also going to get the clients. Okay. Because on the other side of criticism are the clients. So social media is huge. It's powerful, and it's eating a ton of stuff on your desk. It's also currently eating old school advertising. And so I want you guys to understand that. And this is why Elon bought Twitter. Elon understood that this chart right here shows that YouTube is the most engaged platform by all US adults. Okay. But he knew Google wasn't going to sell YouTube. Facebook's next. And he knew that Mark wasn't going to sell Facebook. He also knew Mark wasn't going to sell Instagram either. And I remember back in the day when Zucks bought Instagram, he paid $1 billion. And everybody was like, what? Mark paid $1 billion for this app? He's insane. Facebook's going to go bankrupt. And now it's the third most used platform. He also knew that Pinterest didn't get the width and the depth that a LinkedIn, a Snapchat, or a Twitter would get. Snapchat's not going to sell because Facebook tried to buy that for $3 billion and they turned it down. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft. And so Elon said, hey, let me go over here and buy this little bird website. Also, if you guys don't know, Jack Dorsey owned that, and Jack Dorsey was his partner at PayPal. So he kind of had a little bit of an inside take there. But this is why he bought Twitter. He knew that these platforms are super powerful. And in China already, they call them like super apps. There are apps now that like do everything. It's your social media platform. It's your banking platform. Everything's all in one app versus one phone having a bunch of apps. It's an app inside of a phone that does everything, right? And I think that's where we're trended to, but we won't talk about that. We'll save that for another day. I wanted to show you guys this quick clip here. I've been making videos for a really, really long time, and there's a reason why YouTube is at the top of this list, is because 1/3 of all online activity now is spent watching videos. You guys see this video? This is from 2009. You guys want me to hit the play button on this thing? It's not going to happen. I will never show us. It's hidden. You guys will not get to see this video. But I've been making videos a long time, and they were not great in the beginning. Okay, like, come on, dude, get this bow out of the background here. What are you doing? But I just want to impress upon you guys that video gets 3 times the engagement over a graphic, right? So if you're going out there and grabbing like Hootsuite or Here's a Social post and posting them up, they're 2D graphics, you're missing out. You get 3 times the engagement if it's video. And 78% of people watch video online each week, okay? So if you're making social media content and it's 2D graphics, I mean, it's better than nothing, but you should be using video. Here's social by the numbers, in case some people in here are still like, I think it's a fad. Facebook, 2.9 billion people. I mean, they got 1/3 of the world on the platform. It's insane. YouTube's next. Instagram, which is also a meta business. That's why we tell agents to get started on Facebook and Instagram first. Get started, build your brand on Meta, because that's the platform that people are on, and it's the easiest to learn. If you go to YouTube, you got to go straight to making videos, and so that can get a little daunting, a little difficult. But I just want to encourage you guys that these platforms are where your customers are at. And when I started the business in 2016, I still had agents telling me like, my customers aren't on social media. But I've got to tell you, even Kevin O'Leary has had this conversation with me. I was at a conference one time. I pulled him aside and I was asking him about social media. And he said this, quote, social media is no longer classified as marketing. And I was like, interesting. He said, it's a utility now. It's no different than your water bill, your electric bill, or your internet bill. You cannot afford to do it. And I thought to myself, I said, wow, a utility. Well, if you think about it, if you guys go open a new office, what do you turn on first? The electric, the water, and then the internet, right? Can you imagine in the year 2024 opening an office and not having internet? Like, can you imagine like going into somebody's office and being like, hey, what's the Wi-Fi password? And they'll be like, oh, we don't have Wi-Fi here. It's like, oh, what do you guys have? It's like all hardwired. It's like, no, we don't have internet. What is it, Amish establishment? Right? It's like, it's crazy. And so, Marlene says, I only ever watch YouTube if I have to fix something. Marlene, that's why those numbers are so high, because a lot of people have used YouTube, if for nothing more than just to go on there and figure out how to fix something. But it's changed. The game has changed. It's not a fad anymore. Social media is here to stay. And if you guys don't get on the wagon, you're going to be left behind. So number 2, you don't know what you don't know, right? How many of you guys fall into this category? You're just like, man, do I tweet? Do I Instagram? Do I YouTube? Do I Facebook? Do I Pinterest? And some of the guys in here are like, what's Pinterest? Guys, Pinterest is the most female skewed audience. But here's the big piece about this, guys. You're insurance agents. Who's your prime target customer? Like if I say, okay, I want to build my business. Yeah, Donna said, oh, Pinterest. Yeah, the ladies know. This is always fun when I do these webinars, because like guys are like, what, Pinterest? And the ladies are like, I got boards for everything. They're pinning everything. But listen, Instagram and Facebook are where you guys need to be advertising, because you have to understand that is where the younger generation's at, right? These are the 18, I think I've got a stat in here in a minute, but the 18 to like 29-year-olds, that's where they hang out. And so what are we doing at 18 to 29? Buying our first house, getting our first good car, right? Nice car. We're probably getting married. We're forming a household. We're, having children. And it's like, hello, fire policy, auto policy, life insurance policy, personal articles policy, umbrella policy. Like, you guys have so many opportunities for those early stage households that's really why these platforms are so great, is because you can build a brand and talk and meet these people where they're at. Marlene said, what would you put on Pinterest, though, as an insurance agent? I don't think it's a good platform for you guys to focus on. Now, if you had a whole team, I've got several full-time people that work on my Coach Carroll brand. We're putting out TikToks and YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, and like we're making content every single day. I would say Pinterest would be like one of the last ones, Marlene, that I would go to. If I had to rank these in priority, I would say Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, if you're not afraid, like it just gets completely zapped and it's like, oh, there goes all my hard work for the last however many months. And then we're going to go to LinkedIn, and then I would say YouTube. So those are kind of my hit list there. But again, if you guys don't know what you don't know, this is where we're going to get into the teaching. So if you have a pen and paper, I'll give you guys a second. If you don't have a pen and paper yet, take a second. I'm going to get a drink of water, get your pen, get your notepad, because this is where the learning. I've set all of this up to now go hard on the learning side. All right. Here's terms you must know. Otherwise, you're going to get taken advantage of. First, what's a post? A post is called organic content. You'll hear marketing people talk about organic content, or you're posting. This simply means that they're making a post to your profile. This doesn't cost anything to do. However, the reach of that post, meaning how many people can see it, is limited by the number of followers you have. So if you're like that guy I talked to earlier this week that has 8 followers, he was paying a company to make and post content for him. I'm like, that's cool, but you're not reaching anybody. You need to have ads. And so the second term is, what is an ad? An ad is a paid product. So these platforms are very much a pay-to-play product now. And so if you don't have a large following, then you have to be running ads. When you pay Mark Zuckerberg, he says, hey man, if you want to pay me, I'll show your content to anybody and everybody. And so if you have your phone in front, if you're watching us on desktop right now, which would be the best way to watch this, if you pull your phone out and you open up Facebook and you just swipe, all you got to do is swipe. I'm going to show you something that you're going to see within very short order, within 2 to 3 posts. So let me pull this up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, ad, right? 1, ad. 1, 2, ad. So literally every 2 to 3 posts on Facebook are now ads, and they say sponsored, right? So it literally allows you to inject your messaging, your brand, your name, your image, your likeness onto people's mobile feeds on their phones every single day, 24 hours a day. It is the best dollars you can spend when it comes to advertising and branding in your business. And the power is really to use both of them, right? So we want to run an ad to do the right hook, right? The hard sell. Hey, when life hits you hard and crashes your car, call me for an auto quote, right? Like that's the hard pitch. We want to make sure we get our marketing brand out there. The organic content is what you guys see, Kevin Spann, who I work with, you see him posting that stuff all the time. It's just content, man. It's just an update. It's not a hard sell. It's, hey, I'm in Chicago at this event. Hey, let me tell you a little something about being a leader, right? Like it's just giving updates. And if you guys go out and have a team luncheon or a team cookout, right? Taking a bunch of pictures at that and posting them up. Think about this. When you build organic content, it doesn't cost you anything, but it only shows to the people that follow you. So it helps foster that community. When you run paid ads, you help build your community because it gets you in front of other people. Are you guys getting this? Is this making sense? Let me know in the chat. I want to make sure I'm not talking over your guys' heads. There's power in using both, but it's important that you guys know the difference. Let me know in the chat if this is making sense. Perfect. Taylor says yes. George says makes total sense. All right. Connor says yes. Perfect. You guys, all right. I appreciate the feedback. I guess the rest of you guys are asleep. We're going to press on though. This is from our friends over at TikTok. They sent us this graphic, organic and paid together. So organic solution strengthens presence, builds trust with your community, and you can have fun storytelling. The paid solutions allowed you to reach targeted audience, deliver large scale campaigns, and scale good content. Okay. So again, organic strategies. Here are things that you can do inside of your office. Be real and be personable. Don't worry if the lighting is perfect. I had somebody the other day say, yeah, I'm waiting for my setup to come in to start making content. Your setup? What do you mean your setup? Like you don't need a setup. The other one is, write this one down, PPQ, problem product question. I've had agents on every single webinar that I do say, hey man, that PPQ thing, that was worth me setting through the webinar with you guys. So problem product question, what's problems your customers have? What's products you can talk about? And what are questions that you get asked all the time, right? Problem, hey man, I needed to file a claim and they said I got to pay $3,000 of this. That's right. It's called a deductible. And in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you about what a deductible means. Right? Products. Hey, did you know the difference between term and whole life insurance? Right? Questions that you have. Hey, I had somebody ask me the other day, Why did you not quote me for state minimum coverage? Or why did you give me 2 quotes? One with state minimum coverage and then one with 100, 300, 100 limits. And talk about why you guys protect your clients. And while if they're price conscious, you can quote state minimum coverage, but you really want to look out for them because oftentimes that minimum coverage is not enough, right? Make yourself look like the expert that you really are. And then lastly is document, document, document. When you walk into the office tomorrow or after this webinar, go up to one of your team members, take a selfie like this, post it to your Facebook page, post it to your Instagram, and say, this is Mike. He's been with us for 3 years or 6 months or 7 days. We're excited to have him on the team. And watch what happens with that. Your engagement will go through the roof compared to the stuff that you're posting from Hootsuite or Hearsay Social. Here's a great example. This is Amanda O'Neill. She's a client of ours. They came together and did an annual planning, strategy planning session, and they made a post about it. How awesome is this, right? She got a ton of engagement on it, and it looks good. If you're my insurance agent, I like to see that you're planning and actually running a business and not just hustling policies out of the back of your trunk, right? It makes me feel good. Our customers are our top priority, and this is our mission every day, right? Great organic content, and it's nothing fancy. They just documented what they were doing for the day. Here's another thing. Create positive motivational content. Bruh, David, hop on a video and say, hey, it's David. I'm your local Allstate agent, and I just wanted to hop on here to say, I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday. Talk to you soon. Like, the world needs more positivity, okay? That piece is not going to do bad. And if you're uncomfortable being on video, that's the easiest content to make. Just get on there and say, hi, what's up? I hope you guys are doing great. Have a fantastic day. And then understand there's no such thing as too much content. We've tried everything from posting once a week to posting 4 times a day. There are different schematics and different numbers that will jive with those, but do what works for you. Here's the other thing. Here's what your team can do. So one of the people in the comments here, they mentioned, I point up this way. It's on my screen up here, guys. One of the people in the comments said, my intern, right? Your intern can help you with social media. You guys need to realize that this is work, okay? Use your team strengths. Don't go get Pete that sits back in the corner and is a hermit. Get Ashley that comes in with like coffee on Tuesdays, like, hi guys, it's me. I hope you guys are having a great day, right? Like that social butterfly, that's who you want doing your social media content. Here's profile agency employees. Here's one where, Amanda, our integrator, we, made a post just appreciating her on her birthday. Super easy for you guys to do. Again, I'm just giving you guys a ton of ideas. This is the blueprint here. I'm giving you the blueprint on what to do so that you can no longer go, I don't know what to do on social media. Here's Tiffany Anton. She's a client as well. I love this one. Now, I mean, it's a little gangster. She was just calling out American Family like this, but I don't know that I would go that far. But I call this a switch and save a day. I call this a switch and save a day. So once a day, we got to figure out, hey, who switched their insurance? Because hopefully you guys are making a deal a day. Like hopefully you guys are selling an item a day, right? Like I would hope so, right? And so if you get a switch and save, I want to post on social media, and it can be total text. It doesn't even have to be a picture or anything. Hey, just saved a couple $3,000 annually on 2 cars by switching from American Family. Great way to start the week. If you guys will do a switch and save a day, you switch somebody over, you saved them some money, post it, you will get leads because it's just a matter of time before they go, man, that Robin Waters lady, have you seen her social media? Like every day they're like saving people thousands of dollars. It's crazy. Now I know some of you guys are like, I don't like to lead with price. I don't want to lead with saving money. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like it's insurance and it's auto insurance. Like for the most part, I'm not one of them, but most of the marketers are price sensitive, right? Especially right now with everything going up. Boom, here's your marketing. Now get them in the door with this, and maybe you can't save them money, but this is a loss leader, right? It's marketing, it's advertising, and it's something better than nothing. If you're not doing anything right now, this is giving you ideas. Switch and save a day. Great post here. Post in your wins to help other people win. All right. This one is going to make somebody a lot of money, okay? This strategy right here. You can use social media for sales and prospecting, and I'm going to show you how. If you go to realtor.com, you type in the zip code. So up here, like you guys can see this, I put 40245. 40245. And then what you do is you click on the more box over here on the right, and you go to pending. It's going to give you a list of all the pending homes in your area. I stole this from a State Farm guy. He's like a 37-year agent. Dude's like one of the top guys the company's ever had. Don't lynch me for, saying the red team on here. But I stole this idea because he said, yeah, DJ, on Sundays, I used to drive for signs. And I was like, drive for signs? What do you mean? He's like, I drive around and I look for houses that either are having open houses or were pending. And I was like, interesting. Why pending? He said, well, if it's pending, there's opportunity to win two customers, the people that are moving and the people that are moving in, right? So the moving out, you quote them on their new house. People moving in, you quote them on their new house that they just bought. And I was like, you can do that online now, right? He was like, huh? I mean, this guy's like in his 80s. And so I showed him this and he was like, yeah, mind blown. So literally you guys can go to realtor.com, type in the zip code in your area, change it to pending homes, and then you'll literally have a list of realtors that you could just cold call on, or your sales team could call on to hunt for those deals. I know that someone will make a boatload of money out of this because I've already had 2 agents email me from doing these presentations. They're like, dude, that realtor.com hack, that thing's game changer. Because again, they're not getting called on, right? These agents are getting called on, but they're getting called on by like people who want to look at house or other realtors. If you call as an insurance agent, boom, there's an opportunity to find 2 leads right there. So again, I'm a mass action, mass results kind of guy. And so hopefully one of you guys will take that away and use that. Here's the numbers I was talking about. Social ad spending. It increased to $63 billion in 2023. Okay. So if you're not spending any money on social media ads, that doesn't mean the rest of the world's not. 52%, so over half of all online brand discovery happens in public social feeds. Again, I can't spend money with you if I don't know who you are. You pay the platform. Now you're in my feed. Now I know who you are. 50% of the global population is using social media. 4.2 billion people. Here's the stat that I told you guys. 90% of Americans between the ages of 18 and 29 use social media. Like, again, I don't work for Facebook. I'm trying to convince you guys, and I'm not even really trying to convince you at this point. I'm just presenting the data because this is where you guys can go. There's the active users on a monthly basis. Let's talk about the power of ads real quick. We only have about 20 minutes left. The power of paid ads, reaching a targeted audience, delivering large amounts of impressions, and scaling content. It's the best bang for your buck. It allows you to stay in front of your audience, your local audience. It's highly targeted, and it builds a brand faster than any other thing out there. Here's Monica Titley. These are what the ads look like when we build them out for our clients. It's super flashy, super catchy, branded with the colors. It's also super compliant because there's no corporate branding on this, so it keeps you guys out of hot water with the compliance piece. And it's got your name and your face on it, because at the end of the day, I believe that people buy insurance from people, not from businesses. And I've got a quick little, let me back out of here real quick because I want to share this, going to share this audio. You guys probably know this guy. Let's see, stop share, and then I'm going to share it back. I got to do the audio, share sound. There we go.
Hey, quick shout out to DJ Carroll and the Carroll Media team. Loving the work they're doing since I've been working with them and their agency. They've posted my podcast consistently. They have my YouTube on another level. They have my TikTok game going. My basic social media, they're doing that on a regular basis. The results are insane. I don't want to tell you. What I do want to tell you is work with the Carroll Media team. Talk to them. They will help you. They'll get you comfortable putting your stuff out there and getting you seen by a ton of people. You'll get impressions, interactions, and that leads to selling business. Take care of business. Work with the Carroll Media team.
So obviously, a lot of you guys know Kevin Spann. He's a coach with CWC, and we've been working with him. What he didn't want to share with you, and I've cleared it from him to make sure it was okay. These are his numbers January through December of last year. We started working with Kevin in January. Last year alone, we showed 1.1 million with an M, Facebook and Instagram ads. So these were ads that popped up into people's feeds. We showed 1.1 million of those ads last year alone. You guys can see here his impressions went up 73%. So 26,000 engaged users, 2,300 page views. All these numbers were up across the board. Marlene said, okay, so what does this kind of exposure cost you? I mean, if you were to send out 1 million postcards, it'd cost $500,000. But it's not going to cost you that much, not on social media. And I'll get to that here in a second. So use it to your advantage. Here's some other cool, powerful things about social media is when you run ads, your people can talk back, your customers can talk back. Check this out, right? Here's a guy that we work with. She's like, oh my gosh, you're everywhere in my life, on my news feed daily and billboards on my way to work. Guys, this is the same methodology, the same mindset as having a billboard in town, except it's a digital billboard on the mobile device, on the app that the people use the most. So the last one is that you guys simply don't have time. I got a quick question. How many of you all feel like this right now? Anybody feeling like this? I know I threw a lot at you guys. Hopefully you all took a lot of notes. Anybody in the room feeling like this? Jersey said me. James says yes. Awesome, guys. Well, Donna says, yep. I actually have a secret agent bundle that I put together to help you guys implement and execute on everything that I showed you today. Is it okay if I take the last couple of minutes to share this with you guys, and then we'll give away a tablet here at the very end? Is that okay with you guys? Can I share this with you real quick? I want to ask for permission first. Okay, David says yes. Taylor says yes. Stacy says yes. Robin says yes. George says, okay, awesome, guys. Well, listen, this is our secret agent bundle. So it's a 30-day fast start. And this actually answers the question of like, hey, what's this cost for you guys to help us with this? Because I know that social media can be kind of scary. It can kind of be overwhelming. We're going to come alongside of you on the 30-day fast start. This is going to give you 30 days of access to our mm4a.ai platform. Now, again, we have a ton of AI tools. We don't make you use any of them, okay? To work with us, all you have to do is give us a headshot, the zip codes that you want to target in your area, and approve an access request to your Facebook page, and that's it. So included in this 30-day fast start, we're going to give you access to our standard level of services on the Meta platforms. We're going to completely run everything for you. Plus, we're going to give you a $100 ad credit. So if you've never advertised on Facebook before, you get to try this out and see what those results look like. Plus, we're going to give you our new rollout product called AI lead detection. You guys have probably heard Kevin talk about this. He's a huge fan. He was one of our first people to test it. We put this on your website, and you can now target people based on website traffic. So your anonymous website traffic. And this is what it looks like. It comes into a spreadsheet. And so when you put the AI lead detection on your website, it identifies anonymous website visitors. So people that don't call you and don't fill out a form, we can still get their information so that you can quote them. One of the things that were really powerful about this, Joe Armstrong, she got on board with us when we did the webinar in January. We've provided her with hundreds of leads because she's already working with other marketing partners for pay-per-click and things like that were driving traffic to her website. She just wasn't capturing the leads. The AI lead detection came in and did that. So you guys will get 30-day access to the AI lead detection. We're also going to give you a custom-built dashboard, which is a $450 value. Just like I showed you Kevin's dashboard, this will show you guys all the metrics, everything that you need to know, and I'm going to teach you how to read it. The last thing that comes on the 30-day fast start is our social media bootcamp. This is a 68-page full-color guidebook that walks you through everything. The ultimate onboarding guide, taking control of your social media, agent's guide to the dashboard so that you know how to read those dashboards, the importance of creating content, social media content guide so that you know how to make content. And then we give you an overview of Facebook, Instagram, and your Google My Business, which is now called Google Business Profile. There's over 10 years worth of my knowledge on social media inside of this book. And so we'll mail this out to you. And it comes with 8-week sequence of emails that walk you through every single chapter. And so what you're going to get is the secret agent bundle. The 30-day fast starts $897 value, custom built dashboard, and 8-week social media boot camp. So it's $3,344 worth of value. But I was like, hey man, I got to hook these people up with some bonuses, right? If I come on a CWC webinar, I'm not just going to give you guys just a plain Jane offer. And also was thinking like, what else could you guys use? And so I don't know if there's any gamers in the room. Back in the day, like when I would be playing PlayStation or Xbox, like Cheat Code Central was the place to go. So I want to hook you guys up with some cheat codes for your social media. The first one is bonus number 1, which is the Robo Content Cheat Code. These are going to be AI generated with your headshot, your real headshot. You'll send us your headshot. Our AI tool will generate you 20 digital billboards. These will be for everything from recruiting new salespeople and service people if you have open positions, but it'll also be for car insurance, truck insurance, couple of home, couple of life, fire, renters, pets, ATV, RVs, and even more. We got a ton of examples of these. These are the red ones, but you'll also get a 20 additional bonus piece. This is going to be way better than Hootsuite, Hearsay, or whatever corporate's giving you in multiple colors to fit your brand. When you guys sign up today, you're going to get a link. You can either just take the blue ones, or we can give you a Canva link if anybody's using Canva, and you can go in and edit them. We'll give you like kind of the 20 pieces of content that you can go in and edit. And if you guys remember, I said video was king, right? Video was the leader. We've upgraded these. These aren't even 2D graphics anymore. These are 20 videos that my team's made that you'll be able to post on social media. So you're going to get the 30-day fast start, the custom-built dashboard, social media boot camp, and the Robo content cheat code, which is a $2,500 value, $5,844. But I was like, what else did these people need? So bonus number 2 is the Video Pro cheat code. I know video can be super scary, but remember, they get 3 times the engagement over 2D graphics. This is a $1,497 value. And it's my complete training, a Video Pro marketing course. It's how to make content using your smartphone, the do's and the don'ts, so that you guys don't overthink it and you just start executing. Comes with a 22-page workbook. And even though I don't like, I was hesitant to even put this in here, but I'm even going to give you guys 20 starter prompts. So like, literally, you guys could say, hey, hit record, protecting your dream home, tips for homeowners insurance. And then just do 20 tips or 3 tips or 5 tips or however many you can think of. It gives you the prompts to start, but I'm also going to give you the script. So even if you can't think what to say, hey, your home is like the biggest investment you'll ever make. So it's literally like you guys can be a robot at this point. You don't even have to think. You just have to hit the record button, follow the scripts, follow the training, and you can make videos. Here's Randall Tuning. He's holding our 2 Comma Club Award. Kevin recently got one of these as well. 1.3 million impressions in a year. He said, the CMC solutions and training has had a profound impact on me and my business. I have more happy clients than ever before, and I have an increase in my personal income. I highly recommend them. So you guys are going to get the Secret Agent Bundle, the bonus number 1, the bonus number 2, $7,000 in value. And then lastly, where I told you I was going to train you, I'm not going to leave you hanging. Obviously, if you're here for the CWC group, you like coaching, you like training, we're going to include that as well. So video-enabled support, remote access. I'm going to come on, give you guys 3 master classes so that you can learn about content, analytics, choosing your path. And then also these are 40-minute Zoom webinars, so you guys can have them for unlimited playback. You're going to be able to learn a bunch of different things on these webinars so that you don't get taken advantage of. It's not too hard for you to do. You don't get burnt out. And then you learn truly what your LTV is, and so that you can lower your lapse can. I know we're about out of time, guys. Eric Ponce had back-to-back record months. 6 weeks after signing up with us, he saw that he was able to reduce his AdWords campaign because of back-to-back record months. He also, after working with us for over a year, he still saw the best phone calls, number of phone calls he'd ever had, 256 calls in a single week. So again, all of this down here, $9,000 worth of bonuses. So I want you guys to ask yourself a question real quick before James comes on here and cuts me off. We run out of time. If all this did was land you guys 5 new accounts, would it be worth it? Would it be worth $9,000? If all it did was lower your lapse can rate, would it be worth $9,000? What if it was the only social media system that you ever needed to buy? Would it be worth it? Well, the good news is I'm not going to charge you guys $9,000. I'm not even going to charge you $4,000. Because you're on here on this webinar today, and the action takers are the money makers, the $5,000 worth of bonuses, I can only do it for the first 25 people. We can't do this for everybody. Are you guys ready for the link? It's only $397 today. You can get this by going to coachcarroll.com/go or scan the QR code on your phone if you're watching this from a desktop. It's only $397. Now, you got 2 choices here. You can do nothing, not take the leap of faith, which is totally fine with me. It's 100% risk-free, by the way. Or pony up a little small investment here compared to all the value that you're going to get and give it a shot. If I can't make you money, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve your money. And I believe that so much that I put a 30-day money-back guarantee. You'll never see another advertiser do this, okay? You'll never see another advertiser give you a 30-day money-back guarantee, right? You spend money with them, they're like, oh, sorry, it didn't work. Maybe next time. No, if you sign up today for any reason you don't like it, I don't care if you're like, hey, man, you didn't have a tie on and you should have. I want my money back. I'll refund you your money. You can even keep the bonuses. Go to coachcarroll.com/go. And so the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check it out? which if it even does half of what I said, even if it doesn't get you 5 new deals, if it gets you 2 new deals, it's still going to pay for itself after the first close. So it's only $397. Let's get this timer on here. James, let's give away a tablet, man. What do you think?
Yeah, DJ, let's do it. And real quick before you do that, guys, we've been a fan of DJ and Carroll Media for years now. This is actually the first webinar that I was able to be on and actually learn from. And guys, I'm taking notes. Shoot, I mean, this is good for our business, same as yours, man. I mean, this is fantastic content. And even if you don't get involved with his company, which I think that you should, I mean, we are, right? We endorse him heavily. But I'd tell you, just some of the tips and tricks in this, it's just high-level knowledge. This is really good stuff. DJ, it's always an honor to get you on here. And you always share new, up-to-date information. It's like your info isn't from the inception of Facebook 20 years ago. It's like, hey, yesterday I learned this thing. Let's figure it out now. I love that. Yeah, absolutely love it. You have a tablet to give away. Is that right? Am I eligible?
Yeah, we're going to give it an
Amazon
Fire tablet away. So,
all right.
Let's see. Let's do, no, I like doing birthdays because that's pretty easy. We'll go the closest to my daughter's birthday. How about that? Closest without going over. Her birthday is April 19th. So she just turned 1 last month. So the closest to April 19th without going over. So it's got to be somebody in January, February, or March. 3:30. That's close. Jersey's 3:30. Let's see. Oh, 3:31. Marlene's got you beat by a day.
Are you going to check my ID?
Hopefully everybody that's in here is operating out of integrity. That's what we would expect from this group. So
3:31 is close. What do we got?
3:31, I think it's going to be close unless somebody's got an April birthday in here. We're going to go once. April 30th, that's going over. Sorry, Mia. I say it's Bob Barker style. You got to be the closest without going over. All right, Marlene, you're super active. Let's go ahead and give you the tablet. So what I'll do is I'll make a note of that, Marlene, and I'll get your email address and have my team reach out to you. Perfect. And James, I appreciate you putting the link there, guys. If you guys go to the link that's in the chat there, coachcarroll.com/go, this is the landing page that you'll land on. You'll just fill out your information here. It'll go to the next page. It's also got all the details about the bonuses. And so super cool and exciting offer for you guys. Super powerful too. You're gonna see some really cool results out of it. And the bonuses alone are worth $397. So James, I don't know if you have a couple more minutes.
You got to think that there's 100,000 insurance agents, DJ, around the nation. And just to stand out in your area, I'm in Dallas. I just relocated here from Portland, Oregon. And let me tell you, the market out here is incredibly saturated with agencies, right? And at the end of the day, we all sell a similar product. Now, I love this. This is the #1 way that I've found to go ahead and stay ahead of the game, isolate yourself in a specific market. And as opposed to just buying zip codes like some providers, which is fine, this works regardless of where you are. I love it. Yes. I think this is the biggest offer that you've had.
Yeah, and what's crazy about this is it works even better for rural agents. A lot of times people are like, oh, I'm in a rural area, this isn't going to work. People aren't tech savvy. You actually have a smaller population density, so the ads can show more frequently. I didn't put it in here, but the Harvard Medical Journal said that they did a study and they said that top of mind awareness is achieved after 7 to 12 touches. Now, I wish I was a billionaire. I'd fund them to go do that research again because I actually think that number's higher now because our attention spans are so short. I actually think that number's probably closer to that 12 touches. And so that's where social media comes into play, right? It's not a magic bullet, but it's about branding and it's about getting yourself out there so that you're the person that they think of when they have a bad claims experience or get a rate increase. Because again, James, it's insurance, man. There's guardrails, right? Like I can't run an ad that says, hey, buy 1 auto policy, get 1 free, right? Like you can't do BOGO specials. And no matter how awesome my agent is, I'm only going to buy 1 auto policy per car. And so, within those confines, within compliance, all of those things considered, this is the best option that you have to get out there. And again, you guys are going to get 30 days worth of service. It's $397. So I think Marlene was asking, what's this cost? Kevin is in one of our higher packages, but he still spends less than $2,000 a month. And you can talk with my team. The idea here is that we get you in on the ground floor, let you work with our team, get you these bonuses, get you this awesome book so that you got a resource manual in your office. Right now, you agents, you guys don't have anything to train, right? Like you got sales training, you got operations training, you got nothing around marketing and social media. And so we'll get that into your hands and shipped out to you. So Lad said he's getting signed up now. Anybody else getting started with us? Robin says, congratulations, you made the smart choice to get started this crazy journey. So yeah, so she got that as well. Perfect, Robin. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Well, I know we only have a couple more minutes. We could probably squeeze in a couple questions if anybody's still on the fence or has any other questions about it. We try to make as much information on that landing page as possible. George says already signed up. Awesome, guys. Can't wait to work with you all. Robin, Ladd, George, and looks like there's a couple more here coming in as well, guys. So I know we only have a couple more minutes. Was there any final questions before we hop off of here?
Well, DJ, as we wait for some questions, I'll tell you, while you were talking about the Facebook and the ads and the sponsored ads, right? I was going through my feed because I help manage a lot of the groups for CWC. Every second post is an ad these days.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, you just don't know it unless you're looking for it. That's
Exactly.
crazy.
And that's where the supply and demand comes in, right? The availability for Facebook to put ads in has increased. And so the supply, when the supply goes up and the demand stays the same, prices come down. We actually see that it costs less to advertise now than it did years ago. Because there is so, when Facebook started rolling out ads, it was like 1 every 10 posts because they want to inundate people's feeds with it. But much now, like you expect to sit down and watch a TV program and have 4 breaks that are 15 minutes long of commercials. We've been conditioned and programmed. Meta understands that it's the same thing. It was just a slow rollout. And so I did see a question here is like, if I have a website with the AI lead detection. So the AI lead detection, it is a bonus. So don't think that like you're paying for something that you can't use. It will only work if you have a standalone website. Corporate will not let you embed that on your website. And so we can help you with that if you need help, but that you do have to have a standalone website to be able to use the AI lead detection. Also see a question here. If I don't have social media channels, can I still sign up? Yes. Our support team is awesome. We're very hands-on. We're all US based. We will help you get your Facebook. If you have a Facebook but don't have an Instagram, or if you don't have both, we can help you guys get set up and started. And that's the beauty of running the paid ads is that you don't have to have a big audience to start. You're paying to be put in front of other people. So
DJ,
any other final questions, guys, before we go?
Yeah.
I know we got to get James out of here. I want to make sure everybody's on time and they got meetings and stuff at the top of the hour. So
DJ, real quick, 30 seconds or less. Despite my generation, social media is overwhelming and it can be hard for those of us who don't come from that world. Again, despite my generation, for those of us out there that it's not our forte, but we have kids, we have grandkids, we have friends, relatives who are up to date with that. Can your team walk us through how to go ahead and best implement this, even if they're not directly involved with my agency?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So we always say that if you're a high performing agent, you probably shouldn't be doing social media unless you're just really good at making content or you really love it, right? So we want to hand that off to what we call your social media rock star. And so, which is funny because you see these like rock star commercials now on TV with like Billy Idol stole your golf cart. So like, the idea here is that you can either assign this to a team member, or if you have a high school or college age student, this is a great way to get them involved with mom or dad in the office. Have them come in, say, hey, you're going to handle our social media platforms. They're already going to know how to use these things. They're already on them. And we'll bring you guys on board. Part of when you sign up with us, the next page has a client intake form. And it says, hey, will we be working with you or one of another team member or family member? So if you have a kid or a cousin or a nephew or a niece, super easy to be able to use them to utilize this content in this program.
I hate to do it, but guys, that's our time for today. Give it up in chat real quick for DJ, wealth of knowledge.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All of this.
Thank you.
DJ,
Absolutely.
We'll see you here in a couple of months. We'll see you in Vegas at CWC Vegas. It's going to be a killer event. I can't wait. You always have hard-hitting info.
Platinum sponsor. Happy to be supporting that event. And Craig and you guys, everybody over at CWC, you guys are great partners. We appreciate you all. And, hopefully you guys will get a lot of value out of this. And we look forward to working with everybody that got signed up today.
Wonderful. This recording will be available on Facebook under Craig Wiggins Coaching, as well as our different groups that we have on their platform here shortly if you are members of CWC On Demand. DJ, thank you again. Thank you all for attending, and we will see you next time. Take care.
Thanks, guys.